Ladies and gentlemen, welcome again to the analysis of YOLENO TV. I hope you're well from wherever you're watching this channel. When Dennis Onyango surfaced with a memo, Dennis went after the opposition leaders, Rigathi Gachagua, Eugene Wamalwa, Kalonzo Musyoka, and blamed them for creating a media perception that Raila is taken ill. Now, this matter did not sit well with Kalonzo, who reacted, by the way, and it equally did not sit well with Rigathi Gachagua. But Rigathi Gachagua had this kind of response on the memo. This is what he said.
And I don't bother about Raila Odinga. And I have no interest in where he goes, or whether he's out of the country, whether he has left, whether he's leaving. It is none of my business.
Very well. Rigathi is saying he doesn't care whether Raila Odinga is breathing. He doesn't care whether Raila Odinga is here or not here. He doesn't care whether Raila Odinga is leaving. You know, that's the words of someone who doesn't like someone, to be honest. Because for someone like Rigathi Gachagua to make that kind of statement, inamaanisha Raila Odinga amemfikia kwa core. So, of course, ODM could have made a terrible mistake when they released that memo, trying to convince the public that is the issue, or hii ni mambo ya opposition wanaleta propaganda kwamba Raila Odinga ni mgonjwa. Is a creation of the opposition. It's a story they have created. But Rigathi is looking at this matter from a different coin, saying that from the different side of the coin, and is saying that this is ODM's own creation to try to seek sympathy, because according to Rigathi Gachagua, he says ODM ilisha kufa.
Or whether there are rumors that he is unwell. To start with, I don't take much time myself thinking about Raila Odinga, because the day I realized him and William Ruto are one and the same, I concentrate on William Ruto, because there is no difference between Raila Odinga and William Ruto. So you don't have to concentrate on two personalities when they are one. So I concentrate on William Ruto, and I don't bother about Raila Odinga. And I have no interest in where he goes, or whether he's out of the country, whether he has left, whether he's leaving. It is none of my business. So I was not even aware he's out of the country, or he is unwell, or he is said to be unwell. To start with, being unwell is not a crime. And I want to tell you,
of course, ODM saizi umaarufu umeshuka. We are not trying to deny that fact that ODM umaarufu wake umeshuka. But do you think Dennis Onyango is telling the truth? Or do you think what Rigathi is saying is honest? I mean, it's full of honesty. I'm looking at these two statements, the two leaders, as people who are pushing for an agenda. Rigathi's words are meant to belittle ODM, and ODM has totally been belittled, and ODM has been rendered a useless party, a party that Kenyans don't care about anymore. You see, as whether ODM is a party that Kenyans don't care about anymore, it's up to you to make a decision below in the comment section. You can just tell us whether you also believe that ODM ilikufa kitambo. Of course, we've heard about cases whereby, let's say like areas in Kisii, ODM I failed candidates. The issue of Kakamega, Malava, ODM I failed candidate. You know, there are so many regions where ODM has not fielded candidates. But why is it the case? Why is that the case? Is it because ODM is slowly dying? One would easily think or get convinced by that move that ODM is slowly dying. But what if ODM is dying? What should happen? ODM is Raila, and Raila is ODM. If at all ODM, if Raila becomes very inactive in politics, then ODM will slowly die. That's why you find that people like Oparanya are accused, they are trying to align with the DAPK candidates. You know, those accusations, and there's a video I've done on that matters of a cabinet secretary. There's a video I've done on that whereby a cabinet secretary has been accused of defying William Ruto, and our suspicion was on Oparanya. Now let's get back to Rigathi. And Rigathi is telling us that he doesn't care whether Raila Odinga leaves Of course, that level of hate speaks a lot. Moi tortured Raila Moloding. I mean, that's the details that we have. That's what we are told, that Nyayo Chambers is where Raila Molodinga was tortured, and that was Moi's call. But when Moi left office, there's a time there the government wanted to attack Moi, and Raila Molodinga said, Mzee aachwe apumzike. There's a time Raila publicly said amemsamea Moi kwa yale yote alimfanyia. Of course, we know what happened. The history is out there in the public domain. But again, Moi alisamewa na Raila Molodinga. They were very good. That's why when Moi was sick, Ruto could not be allowed to visit him, but Raila was allowed to visit Moi. You know, and the bromance there, you could think that Moi alikuwa ni babake Raila Molodinga. Now, what is happening between Rigathi and Raila to make Rigathi make that kind of statement? I'm also wondering. But Rigathi has said that he doesn't care. He doesn't care about ODM. He doesn't care about Raila Molodinga simply because Raila sold Kenyans. That is according to Rigathi Gachagua. So do you believe that Raila sold Kenyans? Because Raila told us about peace and stability of the nation. Ndio maana ilimfanya tetee serikali iwe stable, isianguke, kianguke na itaendelea kwa wanajeshi. That was not an option. So do you think Raila sold Kenyans? That's what Rigathi told us. Now, just go below in the comment section and tell us what you think about Rigathi Gachagua's statements. He was very specific in his words because people are blaming him for misinformation. People are blaming him, you know, that he's the one sponsoring or bankrolling these rumors, you know, the stories about Raila and the health, that he's the one bankrolling it. Him, Kalonzo, Eugene Wamalwa. So perhaps if you're watching this video and you've not subscribed, take 1 second and subscribe, like this video. Until we catch up again, stay safe and stay blessed.